Hey, good morning, y'all. Grab that cup of coffee, grab that tea, grab that juice, get that water, and let's get started. How y'all doing this morning, man? It's a beautiful day. First off, I want to start by saying, number one, to get successful, you have got to get uncomfortable. You have to get out of your comfort zone. Okay. To be successful, you got to be uncomfortable. People who are successful because they're uncomfortable, which means they don't settle just to be comfortable. They want more than that. So to get to their level, you got to get uncomfortable. You got to change your game. You have to up whatever it is that you're doing to get your business or to make yourself successful. You have to up your standards of whatever you're doing. In other words, you have to step out of your comfort zone. If you want to change, you have to be willing to be uncomfortable. In order to grow, you have to be willing to feel awkward and uncomfortable when you try something new. Because anytime you try anything new, it's uncomfortable. Okay? Change is uncomfortable. Doubt is uncomfortable. Uncertainty is uncomfortable. Growth is uncomfortable. And why are all these things always uncomfortable to us? It's because we haven't been there before. In other words, when you get uncomfortable about something, it's because you haven't been there before. Or some people would say, as old people said back in the day, when you get uncomfortable about something, it's because it's not, something's just not right. But actually, that's not always true. A lot of times, you can ask anybody that's successful in business, anybody that's successful in their life, actors, musicians, sports stars. The reason why they're successful is because they're uncomfortable. The reason why they are the ones who stay on top of their game is because they never settle. They're never comfortable with what they have because they haven't reached that level of comfort they want to achieve. So therefore, they're always uncomfortable. So the same thing goes for you when you have your business. You got to be uncomfortable to get successful. No one's going to come to you, to your page and buy anything and help you become a millionaire overnight. It takes hard work. And you have to be uncomfortable to get to that level. Okay? You have to be comfortable being uncomfortable. To make progress, most success comes to us when you get out of your comfort zone. Okay, when you come out of your comfort zone, you have a tendency to do better things and do things more often than you would if you're in your comfort zone. So, only way to stay from settling is to stay uncomfortable. Okay, continue to push yourself out of your comfort zone. Don't let yourself get stagnant. Okay, a lot of people get stagnant. Okay, it may get tough, but it's a small price to pay for your success in life. And what I'm trying to tell you by that is you can't get stagnant in your goals. If your goal is to be a millionaire, or if your goal is to have something to leave for your children, your loved ones, your significant other, then you got to push yourself. You got to come out of that comfort zone you're in and push yourself to that level of comfort. Now, the level of comfort is different for everybody. Okay, everybody's comfort is not the same. Some people are comfortable working 9 to 5. For that, I'll give you an example. I used to have an employee back in the day when I was working as a manager for a major corporation, and I was leaving because a better opportunity came for me to eventually branch off to be an entrepreneur. So I had this one guy that I really felt was a good guy, an excellent choice to take over my position. But the funny thing was, no matter what I told this guy to try to convince him to take the job, I even got them to give him more money. But the thing was, the guy told me, he said, I don't want the job. And I said, why not? And his answer was, believe it or not, his answer to me was, I'm comfortable. He was comfortable working 9 to 5, 40 hours a week, not to be in charge of anybody, Didn't have to come in early. Didn't have to stay late to get things done for the next day. He was just comfortable working his 9 to 5. He did not want to progress past the level of his comfort. So what I'm saying is the comfort zone for everybody is different. But if you're an entrepreneur and you really want to be successful, you have to get out of your comfort zone. And what I mean by that is, let's say you got a business and, you're doing okay, you're doing mediocre, but in the back of your mind, you're not at that level you really want to be. That's because you got comfortable. You got comfortable with that little bit of money you were making, and you were able to do what you wanted to do, and you got comfortable. But you're not comfortable because you're still looking for more. Well, you can't get more if you don't push yourself to get more. No one's going to hand you anything. Successful people, rich people, athletes, movie stars, all those people got where they are because they were uncomfortable. That's what makes you push yourself, is when you're uncomfortable. You can work. I know people that work hard enough just to get the car they want. Once they get that car, they stop. They're comfortable. They got their car. I know people that work to get the house they want. Once they get that house, they stop. They're comfortable. I know people that started a business and they weren't making anything. Now they're making $200,000-$300,000 a year, and they're comfortable. Why? Why settle for 2 or 3 crumbs when you can have the whole cookie or the whole cracker? I mean, to me, it just doesn't make sense to settle. It doesn't make sense to settle because you have to reach that level that you really want to achieve where you can wake up every day and don't feel uncomfortable. And that's the key. And you got to remember, change, doubt, uncertainty, growth, these are all steps and keys to being uncomfortable. But you have to have those steps to get comfortable. Now, some of y'all think I'm crazy. Like, what's he talking about? What I'm telling you is, anybody who's successful, whether it's in business, life, athletes, stars, business people, they will all tell you the reason why they are where they are is because they weren't comfortable and they didn't settle to be comfort, because the comfort they wanted to achieve was more than just being comfortable. So what I'm trying to tell you is, you got to be uncomfortable. You got to push. You got to work. You got to get up every morning. You got to get online. You got to open up your doors. You got to push your business. You have got to get out and get people to notice you. That's the only way you're going to be a success. If you got products, you should be marketing products. If you're selling shirts, hats, mugs, jewelry, whatever it may be, you should be wearing that product. You should be pushing your product. Now, it doesn't matter whether you got a clothing business, any kind of business, you can push it. But you got to get uncomfortable. The longer you stay comfortable and stagnant, the longer you are not going to reach your comfort zone. And remember, everybody's comfort zone is not the same. But most people who are successful, when I'm talking about successful, I'm not talking about just being, I can pay my house with no problem. I'm not talking about that kind of comfort. I'm talking about the kind of comfort where you don't got to worry about nothing or anything. You can help anybody in your family at a drop of a dime. You can help a friend at a drop of a dime and not worry about what you just gave away. That's comfort. That's the level that these multi-millionaires, billionaires, actors, I know, I can name a few people for you. Jay-Z couldn't get a record deal. So he started selling tracks out of his own car, started his own record label because he wasn't comfortable being told you weren't good enough. Denzel Washington pushed himself. Barack Obama pushed himself. Warren Buffett pushed himself. Thomas Edison pushed himself. Benjamin Franklin pushed himself. Oprah Winfrey pushed herself because they weren't comfortable where they were. They had bigger and better opportunities that they wanted to reach and different levels they wanted to get to. So they pushed themselves. They stayed uncomfortable to achieve the level of comfort they wanted. And what I'm trying to tell you is it's not impossible. You can do it, but you got to get uncomfortable. And I'm Chris, and I'll talk to you next time. And remember, your only limit is you.